Hello everybody, my name is Beck. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're starting off with a bang. The Wills of the Many by James. I can't read that fast. Rebecca, why did you put this on 2x speed? But anyway, welcome to my attempted reading vlog. You will see my face shortly, but I do this every single day before work. I go to BW, have a look around, seeing what is about, seeing if there's any new releases that I haven't picked up yet, and there was a person right next to me. I'm pretty sure that's why I panned down. So if you get dizzy from me swinging the camera around, apologies in advance. But here are the book selections at my local BW, starting off the video with a bang. It is currently 10:48. I'm on the Tiki Talkies. It is still Friday night. Okay. I love Jaded by Miley Cyrus, but the scrap version, amazing. So I'm gonna read this book. Even though it's not part of my TBR, I saw the quote and I was like, I have to read it now. And obviously it's late, I might fall asleep, so we'll see how far we're gonna go. 10 hours and 30 minutes is probably gonna take me longer. Love the cover page. Alright, Dual POV. I feel like I should read the previous series. I don't even know if I've read from this author before, but I saw that intro and I was like, sure, why not? See ya! Hello everybody, my name is Beck. I just got home from work. I look utterly destroyed. The trains were out of control today because there was some issues, which is not abnormal for Australian standards, especially in Sydney, but I know other states have it worse from what I've heard from my friends. Originally, I was going to start reading King of Greed by Anna Hong, but I'm like exhausted from today. One of my colleagues left a bit early and then it was fine in the morning because it was kind of slow, and then the moment she left it became so busy and it was just overwhelming for like one person to handle. I got through the day, didn't finish everything, but that's what tomorrow is for. So we're just gonna think about it when I'm at work tomorrow. I think I should elaborate on what happened on the weekends because I tried to start filming my reading vlog on Saturday or Friday night actually, and it just didn't go anywhere. I didn't actually end up reading on Saturday. I mainly read a little bit on Friday and then again on Sunday. For the majority of the time I was playing video games this weekend. I am looking down because I'm gonna check my Goodreads on my phone because I don't really remember the title of the book I was reading. So the book I was referring to, I think I may have shown clips right at the beginning, was this one. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. It is part of a series by Nicole Fox, and at the very beginning it was like kind of interesting, and then the more I read about it, here's the thing with mafia romance, maybe it's really the genre in itself that really isn't for me. I tend to read a lot of fluff, but mafia is like in its vein in itself. I do have some more darker romance here and there, but it's not really my thing. So to preface by saying that, it could be me. So maybe if you're fond of mafia romance, darker romance, it is your jam. This is part of a trilogy and the first book really alludes to tiny spoilers, although it's in the blur of the book. I don't even remember the name of the characters at this point. Kind of reminded me of like Cinderella Syndrome, where this like mafia boss picks up this girl who has a kid from an abusive domestic violence is like mentioned here. A lot of violence is mentioned here, hence like mafia romance. He just like picks up this girl, they have a one-night stand and all of that. She wins the jackpot from his casino, the mafia boss's casino. Am I explaining this right? It's all in the blur. There's all these shenanigans. It's just unfeasible. It is a work of fiction. I didn't love the relationship because it was just going in circles, I feel like, and I did read some spoilers because I didn't want to progress in the trilogy. In the second book, spoiler alert once again, fast forward maybe a minute if you don't want to hear it, he eventually does sell her to sex slavery and then she just forgives him in the third book. Like, she was cool with that. She does have a child, and in the very beginning, at least in the first book's first 60%, he treats the child way better than her, because the reason why this dude treats her so bad is because of her testimony that convicted the mafia's boss brother when she was 8 years old. She testified against him, saying that he kidnapped her the main FMC. Is that making any sense? But anyway, it's very convoluted. I'm just like, why are you blaming her? Why are you blaming a literal 8-year-old child that's been abused since she was like a young age all her life, and she's bouncing from like an abusive father who is a cop to now an abusive partner who is also a cop? Like, where did you expect her to run to and rely on and tell the truth of the story? Like, if you have a parental figure telling you to do certain things. There's a lot of victim blaming going on. I understand this is dark romance, mafia romance. It is like a lot of the subject matter. It talks about DV and all of that. Not very happy fun times, but I'm just like, at least in other mafia books, I feel like the guy would just have her back, is obsessive, at least the ones I read, and it makes it slightly better. But this one is just straight up, do you even like her? And it wasn't for me. I must preface by saying I only read the first book. I didn't read the second or the third book, but I did read like someone's summary on Goodreads. Please check the trigger warnings and everything for these sorts of books. They are dark, and I did read them thinking that, oh, okay, I can stomach it. Turns out I don't mind a mafia romance here and there. I prefer fluff. Some mafia romance are okay. It's not my favorite genre in the world, but I would read it for something different. Some, I would say it's an average read for me. Something I can stomach, something I can kind of understand, but this one was just not it. I will try a different series from this author because I see like she has a couple that apparently is really good according to like the peeps on Goodreads recommending the other ones, so I'll give it a go again. Tonight, hopefully I will start on this, King of Greed by Anna Huang, so I can read King of Sloth. The goal is to finish this tonight. I can do it. I do have the audiobook for it, so it does help, and then I can start on this. But people are already hyping up like the 5th book of the series, King of Envy, already, so I need to start reading it. And this one eventually, I don't know when. Apparently peeps like me rambling, so here I am rambling. In the next clip, I don't know what exactly I'm going to do. Maybe it'll be like the next work day after work kind of thing, but I don't have energy to do anything after work. But today was a hassle in itself because of the train situation. It just like work, train, beyond anyone's control. Like, let's just say that I've had a day, so I would like to take a shower, eat my little dinner, and then read for the rest of the night, and we'll just deal with tomorrow as it is. See you in my next clip. Did I say I got destroyed yesterday? I got destroyed today. Today was even worse because I was by myself, and the girl that usually could help me out couldn't help me out today because she was like busy herself. Like, I don't blame her. It is not her fault. We are incredibly understaffed and people can be very demanding when stuff is due. And let me just say that everything was urgent and I was by myself. I was getting so overwhelmed. I went to treat myself after work, Glory Jeans. My train was, as per usual, like a little bit late and it was so packed on the train, but luckily I got a spot. So I didn't have to stand like for 40 minutes. This is chocolate macadamia mocha, something like that, which is not a good combo because right now I'm in a lot of pain. The receptionist, she gave me 2 Nurophens and they were rapids, so they work. I usually don't take anything when it comes to the monthly cycle, like TMI, if you're uncomfortable with that. And the older I get, the worse that these things are getting for me. And halfway through the day, it was so relentless that I actually had to take it, or else I would have left home early. And I didn't want to leave because I was the only one there and everything was due. And I'm not trying to make everything a sinking ship. Like, I know for a fact that I might have to take a day off tomorrow because of the state that I am, but considering I was already there and it was like almost 2 p.m. after lunch, and I was just like, you know what, we'll eat, we'll stay for an extra hour, do as much as I can. If I can, I'm just gonna stay the rest of the day. It was non-stop. I worked until it was time to leave and I left. But I always come a little bit early anyway. It was very overwhelming. I was by myself and it was something else. It was truly something else. And everything is due because it is like, if you work in a tax office, then everything is due around the May to June period, and then it starts again in September and October. There's like 2 high waves when it comes to taxes, and it truly is like, I realized that the top really matches the drink of Glory Jeans. I think that's enough rant for one day. If you would like to hear about my work tales, then let me know. As for the book that I read last night, so I read Craving in His Blood by Zoe Draven again. It's like my 50 billion time like listening to the audiobook. And then the other book that I read was I Married an Incubus by Regine Abel. I just let certain chapters play on the audiobook because I read it on the Kindle first and then I bought the audiobook afterwards. Could I have read like my other books, my TBR? Yes, but I just needed something familiar that I could fall asleep to, and that's what I did. Depending on how it goes tomorrow, I will pop another 2 more like painkillers, see where it leads me, because it's starting to wear off and I'm in pain. This is a warm drink. It is getting cold and I would like to wash my hair, take a shower, do all of that, and then just do absolutely nothing. Do not want to think. I don't want to use a single brain cell. Today was hectic and it's only Tuesday, guys. Anyway, see you in my next clip. Another day, another slay. I think I filmed this on the Friday. I didn't film on Wednesday and Thursday because it was just a blur. I did take that Wednesday off because I was in so much pain. Here I am looking at all the restocks because I'm pretty sure there's BW restocks on a Wednesday afternoon, sometimes Thursday morning, and I'm just taking a look. Hopefully I didn't buy anything from memory. I don't think I did. I was looking at the clearance section, they didn't move it around, and I was very tempted to pick up the Wheel of Time, but I haven't read the series yet, so I moved on. Had another gander, had another looksy looks, seeing what I've missed out the last 2 days that I haven't been here. It's a problem, but there's a couple of books that I wanted, but I didn't end up buying. This is me attempting to read Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. It did take me a couple of times to actually finish this book because it was recommended on my TikTok For You page and I finally caved and downloaded it, and they took it out of the Kindle Unlimited, so luckily I actually downloaded before that happened and I did finish it, but not in this week's vlog. And this was what Sydney looked like at that time, so it was heavy. Hello, no, long time no talk. It is currently the 13th of May. Did I forget to film? No. I was so, well, kind of. I was so busy for the past couple of days. It was insane. Like the weekend, I just crashed and burned, but I did manage to read a couple of books and I thought I might pop in and say what I read over the weekend. It was Mother's Day yesterday and I didn't really do anything for my mom. I just went over, made some cookies, and that was it, but I will be making up for it this week because let me tell you, last week at work, it was catastrophe because I was the only person on the team available. There was another girl that was helping me out, but she was also busy with like other department stuff, so I was essentially on my own. And today I found out why one of my co-workers has been gone for a week, and I am not going to disclose it here because it is none of my business, but nevertheless, people have been unwell and it is tax season. Everything is due within the next 2 days, and today was also really hectic. Nevertheless, I thought I might wrap it up, finish this vlog since I started with good intentions which led absolutely nowhere. So I'm just gonna have to check on my Goodreads because I don't remember what exactly I did because I tried to film here and there. Nevertheless, I did actually take the Wednesday off because it was just too much and I was just in so much pain the next day, so TLDR, that's what happened. Nevertheless, I did take the Wednesday off. I was just that much in pain. The painkillers that I bought did not work, so I will have to buy the one that the receptionist gave me, so thank you, kudos, shout out to you. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what exactly I read and when I started filming this because I'm assuming it's between the 6th of May till the 12th of May that I'm supposed to be doing this reading vlog. I don't know. It's the 13th. And I've been reading some questionable books. I've been reading a whole bunch of NetGalley stuff. The main book that I read on the 7th, why is it in American times? That's why it's like throwing me off. So I read Sin, part of the Sweet as Sin series, which is the prologue, something along the veins of that, on Novella by Seven Rue, and it was based on like an image that was circulating on Twitter that she found, and that's where she based the story on. I can't show it, it is not safe for work, that's all you need to know, and I rated it a 2-star because there was some, just check the trigger warnings and all of that. It wasn't really my cup of tea. I am reading more mafia stuff, but even then I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's based on an image, and if you find it, then you know what I'm talking about. And the latest book that I read was Lights Out by Nevessa Allen, and I rated it a 3-star, but mainly it's a 2.5. It is a stalker romance. Please check all trigger warnings before you start reading it. And it did take me a while. It took me most of Sunday, because I'm just gonna be honest, like this week has not been a reading week for me, so it took me a while to get into it. The reason why I chose this book out of all of my TBRs is because they actually took it out of Kindle Unlimited, and I figured out I better read it before they take it out completely. So I finally finished it. Stalker romance. It was more spice than plot, which is fine. There was some plot, there was a storyline going on, but I think it was like the back burner. I'm not saying it was bad. It's my first stalker romance, so to speak. It's a genre, for those of you who didn't know. And I do have Haunting and Hunting Adeline. I haven't read it yet because of the nature of the story. I have to be in a certain mood to read it. And Lights Out was like the first introduction to that kind of genre. Personally, I think there was some consent issues. Wasn't really my jam. I don't want to offend anybody, but personally for me, it was a bit much and not really my type of vibe, but I wanted to see what the hype was about. I have seen the author talk about it on TikTok, and that's why I wanted to read and see where it was going. It is, as the title suggests, a bit darker. I won't be spoiling here because I don't think I can actually summarize the story with my 3 brain cells, but that's what I read. 3 out of 5. This is why I don't do wrap-up videos, because you know, the brain does not brain after like work, but I needed to summarize it. I did get 2 parcels from Big W, which I'm assuming are books and makeup. Actually, I did buy some makeup. I placed an order on Kmart, and I'm kind of really sad about it because there was a couple of new releases that popped out, and I was so shocked that Kmart for some reason had it early, and I'm like so excited. So I placed an order for The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren Collide by Bal Calbra. This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I'm like, damn, like Kmart's getting the books early, even though it's like on release dates in the States and other countries, but usually it's out in independent bookstores before like Kmart, Target, Big W here in Australia. So I was shocked to see it at Kmart. My order got cancelled. That's what happened last time when I bought Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez and another really popular book. Like it just got cancelled. I'm just like, oh yeah, it was the Sarah Adams book. So technically, if you spot it in the wild at Kmart, go grab it. I don't even remember what exactly I got and what got shipped out, because sometimes I'm buying to hit free shipping. Before I go completely sidetracked, I got this on Friday, but after I came home from work, the last thing I wanted to do was film a video. I should have changed the title. I was actually reading a different book and I finished it, and now I'm starting anyway. So I did film a partial unboxing of it, but the last thing I wanted to do on Friday was film and edit that video, because the night before on Thursday night, my neighbors were being ridiculously loud. They started screaming and yelling around 11. When I banged on the wall, they banged back to intimidate me or to aggravate me even more. And it got to a point where I had to scream, yell at them at 11 something. Understandably, 11 p.m. is like probably not late for a lot of people, but it is if you have to get up at 6:30 to work. So I got so fed up that I actually had to contact their landlord, and now we are back to peace and quiet, to my absolute surprise. I've been having noise issues with my neighbors. I hope they can't hear this, but it was to the boiling point that I only had 1 hour of sleep, and I was being completely demolished at work, and I needed that sleep very desperately. And I usually don't. I'm very passive when it comes to these sorts of things. I don't really speak up for myself unless I absolutely have to. Like if you push me into a corner to a point where I have to speak up for myself, you better watch it. So I actually got this book from Big W. Haha, unboxing. How Does It Feel by The Infatuated Fair, Book 1 by Janine O'Reilly. I didn't really want to pick this one up because it's the first book of a series, and listen, it looked really pretty. I think it is cheaper at Target / Kmart, so pick it up there. It's like $14 from memory, but this one was $16 from Big W, so save your coins. Now that I've shown it, I can put it up there. And I think these are makeup. This vlog is not really much reading. It's more about me yabbering about my work life, my home life, my life in general. At least I finished the book. But I didn't really describe much about it because I don't want to trigger anybody because it is a very sensitive topic and not everybody can stomach it, and I'm not trying to create an environment that makes people uncomfortable. But if you want to discuss about the books with potential spoilers, you can follow me either on Goodreads or you can DM me on like Instagram. I did get this one. I think I've got a freebie from Kindle with the same exact cover but a different title. I can't find it anymore, and I don't know if it's the same book or people were using the same stock image, but this is Knights of Fury by Chantel Fernando. I was gonna wait for a sale, but I was just like, you know what, I needed an excuse. Surprisingly, this order wasn't because of the books. I was trying to hit free shipping with the books, but I was actually trying to grab these two, which is the Grip by MCO Beauty. This is a spray, one of their latest ones. If you are familiar with like Milk makeup products, then this is a dupe. This one I'm not too sure what it's a dupe of, but once again, it's very familiar. So there's that. Bought a cable because my one it's over. I need a new one. And Retinol Party Pack pimple patches for night. I need some fun in my life. I have a collection of pimple patches, but these are actually not really pimples. They're like rashes from stress. I hope you guys enjoyed this impromptu random video haul. I don't even know how to title this video anymore, but anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. If you have anything you'd like to say to me, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more content from me, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.